Kia ora, I'm Rangiora, and when I'm out creating, I go by the name of Pride's Diaries. I love a good story, and sharing experiences is what I'm passionate about. New Zealand is currently on lockdown as a result of the COVID-19 global pandemic, and everyone has been advised to self-isolate for at least 4 weeks. A lot is going on, and as times seem a bit weird, there are opportunities to spread positivity and remind everyone we are all in this together. This series isn't about the virus, but about checking in with whānau and friends who work in a variety of spaces and share stories of our people by our people. This is Checking In. Trevor, how are you?
Yeah, pretty good, bro. Pretty good. You know, in lockdown.
Yeah, hard. Well, for everyone watching, bro, where are you in the country and who are you self-isolating with?
So at the moment I'm here in Hamilton, in Dinsdale, staying with my missus, and her brother as well. So, and another flatmate. So it's been good. Uh, obviously been locking at each other's horns throughout the lockdown, but that's what you're gonna get. But at the end of the day, bro, um, yeah, still loving it, I guess. But like obviously missing mahi as well. So and obviously the fast foods and all that as well. So
Well, sure,
yeah.
bro. First of all, I forgot to thank you for jumping on this cocoa with me, bro. I've been doing a few videos now, and there's been some good kōrero coming out of people. And believe it or not, bro, you're like one of the biggest inspirations for me in terms of this video mahi and stuff like that, bro. And just to give a bit of context for everyone, I've actually found a bro on Instagram, as we do, and he done a few videos. I think when I found you, bro, you just done a video for NZ. I think it was a music video. And yeah, it was this dope. And the reason why I guess I found you too, bro, is because when inspirations for me, bro, I don't really look too far. Like if you're a music artist, you might look for Tupac and Biggie. With me, bro, I always look up to people that are from New Zealand and stuff like that, or someone from home. So I think that's why like someone like you was like something that just, I don't know, hit me, and I just loved all your mahi in that, bro. But like for everyone that may not know who you are, bro, could you just briefly introduce yourself? What's your name and what do you do for mahi?
Kia ora whānau. My name's Ryan. I'm 29, live here in Hamilton. And for mahi, I am self-employed. I do have my own business, and that's what I do full time. Contracted to a company called Tactics Films, so that's what I do pretty much 100%, or about 90% of my mahi there. Yeah, and I guess my job title is like a video editor, cameraman. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, content creator. That's probably the best way to put it. How long I've been doing it for? I guess about 2 years now, and I think I started like idea came to mind around the start of 2018. And I didn't really think I could turn it into a full-time job and be able to, get paid for something that I love. I guess every day, and I guess when you do find a job that you love, you're winning. I guess you are winning at life. And
like going off there, bro, for people who do videography as a livelihood, bro, it's a tough time at the moment to get some mahi. But in tough times, there are opportunities. So like in a time like this, bro, and as a content creator, what opportunities has this time like in self-isolation presented for you?
I guess in terms of being in lockdown, and I guess in terms of work, like obviously the work slowed down because we've got no one to go out and video or any edits to create, but it's given me more time to do some more research and to learn. I think that's the most important thing, especially during the lockdown. Obviously when lockdown ends, you do want to learn something new, and for me it's just trying to, I guess, try and become a better storyteller, and I guess improve my editing, my style. I think that's the most important thing, is just trying to learn and keep learning every day. But that's what this opportunity has given me, is to do some more research and to keep learning.
Solid, bro. And like I see some other people also like as all maybe photographers and videographers, there's always some like footage deep in the files, maybe dormant, and then sometimes you always go back and find that like gold footage, and then you can work with that a little bit as well. Sometimes, eh?
Yeah, definitely. I've gone through some old footage. Like it's don't want to be hard on myself, but was pretty trash back in the days. But when you can compare your old footage to where you're at now, and you can see the improvement, then that's when you know you're progressing in terms of your mahi and in terms of your content. Obviously 5 to 10 years down the track, when I look back at my work today, be like, oh damn, I've come a long way since then. So I think that's the most important thing, is to just keep progressing in terms of your mahi, and I guess another thing as well is creating new connections with other people as well. So, obviously with you. So yeah.
Nah, solid, bro. Man, and bro, do you feel proud, like you said, bro? Looking back at that cringe footage, some people might say, like, do you feel proud, like where you've come to today?
Yeah. I guess when I first started editing, like all I knew was to do like montage videos and hype reels and stuff, because that's what I was interested in. And then when I started working for the company Tactics Films about 2 years ago, that's when I started the art of storytelling. And what I mean by storytelling is creating content with like a start, a middle, and an outro, like an end, but trying to keep the audience engaged throughout the whole sequence. I guess that's the biggest learning curve for me. But
I was gonna say, bro, because like that's something that I've learned as well. Like, as a videographer or someone who loves video and editing, bro, you come to learn to you come to realize that story is king. So you got that start, middle, end, and then all the edits, transitions, color grading, and that just kind of what adds the sauce to it all, eh? But story is the main thing.
yeah. Oh, for sure. It just enhances the story. Um, yeah, I guess because I do have like a mentor in terms of my boss. Like he's my mentor. I'm still learning from him every day. He's full of knowledge. And like he's directed with Paris Goebel and a few other musicians from around New Zealand as well. Sammy J. He's directed and edited all of his music videos. But he's a pretty humble man. He doesn't like to boast about it, but I kind of do all the boasting for him. But like he's been a big inspiration for me. Obviously yourself too. And like all the local Kiwi videographers around New Zealand. I look up to them all, and I watch all their content as well. And I think that's important in terms of becoming, I guess, not just a better creator, but just a better person in general.
Bro, we are fire content creators on NZ.
Yeah, oh bro, definitely. And like I was talking to you just before about like those Instagram challenges, like with Johnny Tuivasa Share and Terrell, like from Cougar Boys and stuff. Like even just some of their content with like the what they call it, like the transition challenge, like watching that type of stuff, like that inspires me. Like I get like excited and stuff. I'm like waiting for like, because they have like different rounds and stuff like that, and I get like amped up. I'm like, oh, what's happening now? And like for me, like watching that, like that's inspiring for me. Would I ever do one? Probably not, because that's not my type of like in terms of mahi. I don't really do that type of content.
That video Terrell recently done, bro. That transition one, wow, so much mahi in that video, but wow.
Yeah, dope. Exactly, bro. And like I like when I do watch like a video, like anyone's video, like I always try and like see what the story is about, and then like like if it's engaging or whatnot. Like, and I look at videos different now, even movies too. It's funny. Like I remember when I used to watch movies like when I was a bit younger and stuff. Like I didn't think of that type of stuff, and the amount of work that's being put into it. So.
Bro, I'm exactly the same. Like I don't watch movies the same as well. Like sometimes I'm watching like camera angles. Is it over the head? Is it panning? Is it going in or out? Like yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Like techniques of how to shoot. I guess. Hey.
Yeah, I think that's that's something I never knew about. You know, when you start off in the industry, like you're like, damn, there's so much work put into it, and like big movie sets as well. Like you can't believe it. Lighting, audio, sound effects. Like it's a combination of a whole lot of things, and it's put into like a movie, and you just never know about. Like you don't know about those things. It's just seamless. Like the audience doesn't know about it.
Nah, no way, bro. But going back to tactics, bro. When did you get that job or that opportunity? And like working with a company like that, bro, a lot more opportunities come from that.
Tactics films, like not many people know this, but I was trying to get into radio. So I went to radio school back in 2017, and this is kind of like my career goal was to like be a radio host and stuff like that, or be like a producer or something to do with the radio. So I went to radio school over in Tauranga for like 6 months and done the course, and like I was trying to, I guess, get to know people in terms of the radio industry straight after it, and I could not land a job. So then, but while I was in radio school, we started like that's where the whole video editing started. We had to do a little bit of video editing. I knew nothing about it. You know, I started off Adobe Premiere Pro, and then yeah, obviously I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then after radio school, I couldn't find a job or anything like that. So then I had to go back to my old job, which I didn't like. But you know, at the end of the day, you need to make some money and stuff like that. And then I met this guy, who happened to be in my work crew, and he goes to me, bro, what do you do for hobbies and stuff? And I said to him, oh, bro, I like radio stuff, you know, in the radio industry. And then I also like doing videos too. And it was from like that's when I guess the spark ignited. So this is start of 2018. And then he goes to me, oh, bro, I'm starting up a clothing business. I'm looking for someone to do like a little promo video for me. I was like, oh, bro, I'd be keen as. I didn't have like a camera at the time. All I had was a GoPro. So I shot it on a GoPro. Yeah, and then I done that video, edited it and stuff. Like I look back at it now, I was like, oh, it's pretty average, but you know, I guess it served its purpose. And like that's when I started getting DMs on my Instagram. So, and I guess like people started DMing me, it's like, bro, can you do me a video? I was like, oh yeah, sweet as. How much does that cost? I was like, oh bro, all good, I'll do it for free, you know. Started doing videos for free and stuff. And then this one company liked my my Instagram post, a video that I put up on there, and I was like, hey, who's this? So I quickly messaged them, and I DM'd them. I said to them, oh hey bro, thanks for like following me and you know and all this and all that. But because I was reading their bio and looking at all the videos they had done videos for like Justin Bieber and stuff like that and Sammy J, etc, etc. And I didn't realize that they were based in Hamilton. Oh, yo, these fellas are local. So I sent them a DM. I was like, hey, I'm just starting out in the video world as a videographer, looking for some mahi to do, willing to work for free in the weekends and stuff like that, you know, for you guys, because I work full time as well. And then they sent me a DM pretty much straight away and goes, oh, a job's just applied. Come up. We're looking for a video editor. Submit your video reel to us and your CV and stuff. So I done that. And then about 2 weeks later, I got a phone call. We want you to come in for an interview. I was like, oh, yeah, sweet. 2 weeks later, came around and then went in for my interview. But I was pretty nervous, like straight up. And then done the interview, and then right at the end of the interview, the boss of the company goes to me, he goes, okay, so we've set a challenge for all the other people that were interviewed. And so what we're going to do is we're going to send you some raw footage of some clips, and we want to see what you can do with it, but we only want a minute clip. So yeah, sweet as. 3 days later, they sent me all the raws and the clips of it. It was probably about 40 minutes of clips that I had to get through. Then I was up all night cutting it and everything, and then I chopped it down into a 1 minute clip, and then I submitted it, and I didn't hear from them for about 3 weeks. I was getting concerned, bro. I was like worried as. I sent them an email again. I was like, oh, hey, I'm just waiting to hear back. You know, haven't heard anything yet. And then they sent me an email back. It's like, yep, sweet. His name's Jared. And Jared would like for you to come back in for another interview. And I was like, oh, okay, sweet, all good. And then a week went by. I went in for the interview, and he goes to me, "Oh, we like what you can do. We liked your video reels." And then just pretty much right then and there, he offered me the job. And I guess that's how it came about. Just, sliding into the DMs, bro, on Instagram.
Bro, all of that whole journey, bro, sounds familiar, bro. I've tried, like, basically all of those things as well. Um, wow, that's just inspiring, bro, and, like, congrats for all of that.
No, thanks, bro. Appreciate it, man. And like, all the mahi that you're doing as well, like, your big break's gonna, like, it's happening, like, you just don't know when it's coming. It's gonna happen. And that was for me too. Like, I was like, I like the job that I was previously doing, like before this, like, it was good money and stuff, bro. But I found it quite like depressing in a way. Like, it was something I didn't enjoy. And then obviously this opportunity came up, and I just grabbed it with two hands and took it on, So, but like, in terms of like anyone, in terms of whatever industry you're in, if you've got a dream job that you want to get, like, just, I guess, create content or do something about it. It's not going to come straight away, but it's going to happen eventually. So, like, for me personally, that was like 3 years of working, doing my side hustles or whatever, and then it eventually came around. So yeah, and then obviously that's what I do today. But I guess for me, the end goal is to get into like documentaries and stuff like that, and just keep improving and stuff. So
That's how it kind of starts, like, in video. Like, for me, bro, I started off doing one of the cousins back home. They used to rap, bro, way back in the day, freestyles and whatnot. And then he wanted to do a video, music video for one of his tracks, and that's where I started, bro. So, like, from the start, I wanted to do like, just music videos. Like, that's what I was into.
yeah.
And then I started watching vlogs and people like Casey Neistat and like other American people.
yes.
And bro, that was cool. So that I try to do that stuff, and then like you kind of evolve into doing other things, like myself doing something like this. I've never done any content like this, but it's like something I enjoy because I get to talk to people who are in different walks of life, bro, and then they
Yeah.
like, you don't even really ask them, but then they just give you their story, bro, and like some beautiful stuff come out of it.
Oh, definitely. And I guess whenever you talk to anyone, like when you connect with anyone, like everyone's got a message to tell, and it's like, it's not about the whole story, but it's like, I guess, getting some type of message from them that's going to help you in terms of your life and your career or whatever journey you're walking on. So, and like, even with you, like the message that you're sharing with everyone, like, that's inspiring for me too. Like, even for you just to say that you looked up to me and stuff, like, it's like, bro, like, no one's like ever said that to me. Like, that's like humbling as, bro. And like, I'm the same too. Like, I look up to you, and like, seeing all the things that you're doing and all the mahi that you're doing, like, you're creating a lot of content, not just for yourself, but like sharing a message out there, like even like with what you're doing now with checking in, like, that's pretty, like, that's special, bro. Like, that's awesome.
Likewise, bro. Wow, this is dope, bro. But yeah, just could you also, like, maybe if you don't mind, bro, like telling everyone like what kind of projects have you been involved in, like since or even before tactics and all that?
Yeah, okay. I guess in terms of projects, I've done a few. When I first started off, like, I used to DM a lot of like people at the gym, like gym athletes, or and like I'll just DM them, so, bro, keen to do a video with you, free of charge. Just looking for you. All I want is just for you to like tag me in your post and I guess share my name, so for me to build my business up. So yeah, done a few gym videos. What else? Done a couple of weddings. Be honest, like, weddings are hard. Like, that's hard work filming a wedding. I enjoyed it though. Like,
It's not a one-man job, weddings.
no, not at all. Like, I think I filmed like 2 weddings, but like, it was a lot of work. It was a long day. Is it something that I could see myself doing again? Maybe I could do a couple more, but like, I don't know. What else have I done? Done a couple of music videos. Like with what you mentioned before, NZ, and another guy called what's his name? Zap, I think his name is. We filmed it just in the city, just in Hamilton. When he came over. Yeah, I think it's like the bakehouse or something in town where everyone goes to.
Yeah,
Filmed it there.
that was with the speaker in the hand. Yeah, bro. That
Yeah,
was
bro. Like it was buzzy as because like it was like chock a block too. Like there was full of people there, and like they were just like watching us, and we had like in terms of audio for him to like play his music, we just had like his Bluetooth speaker, and he just cranked it up, and everyone was just like looking like real weird, but he didn't care. So I was like, okay, all good, and I got into my zone, I guess. Filmed at the Hood as well, another music video of his. That was that was interesting. And then what else? Filmed another few music videos. Done one with Periscope.
music festivals.
Oh yeah, music. Oh, One Love. Yeah, One Love was at the beginning of the year. Filmed there. Filmed at Soundsplash last year as well. But One Love, that was pretty special. Like I actually one of my goals 2 years ago, actually I read it down somewhere, but it was to film at One Love Festival, and like I've managed to, I can tick it off the box. Yeah, that was amazing, you know, like to even mix and mingle with some of the artists and stuff like that. Even got to meet Rio in person, you know, from Sons of Zion. Like, you know, we message each other. You probably message him too, you know.
I feel like he talks to more people than we think he would.
Yeah, exactly, you know, and like that was humbling experience to meet him, you know, in person. And yeah, what else have I done? I've done a few shows for Multi Television as well. Yeah, I don't really write down a list of my projects though. I need to though.
What are you working on at the moment?
At the moment, I'm working on a fresh episode for TV2, so going through that one. I don't know if I'm allowed to say which episode it is, but I'll keep it on the D-Lo.
Yeah, we'll keep it low-key, bro.
But my episode that I done for One Love dropped on Saturday, so that was pretty cool to see that on TV and stuff. Yeah, like it's cool to see, I guess, some of my work shared, I guess, not just online, but on TV too as well, so that's pretty special. Yeah, I mean, videos for councils and stuff like that as well. Yeah, but like, I guess like in terms of like the work that we do, like we don't do all these like cool flashy like music videos and all that. Like we do a lot of grind videos as well. Like I wouldn't say boring. I shouldn't even say that actually. We do a lot of videos for councils as well, you know. But yeah, like that's, I guess, in terms, like I guess every video is gonna be different. Like there's videos out there that need to be shared, you know, so, and to be able to send a message. So
as you as a company, bro, A's always focus on the story.
Yep. So at Tactics Films, like I guess our message is to send the message that I guess, what's the word for it? The people that were the companies that we are working for, we want to try and share their message out to the world, you know. Obviously, we have a bit of input in it as well, but like we're trying to send out a message to, I guess, their audience, their target audience as well. So,
thanks, bro. Like I'm just buzzing out because you're just sharing this journey with me, and like I can relate to like some of it, but like looking forward, bro. Like it's good to hear like what you're doing at the moment.
I appreciate it, bro. Like even for you too, like, you know, like big things around the corner for you. You just don't know it, you know. And that's what I thought too. I was like, I'm waiting for my shot. Bro. And then it just showed up like at the front door, you know. Like I'm a big believer in like everything happens for a reason. Like radio didn't work out for me. You know, like I was. Not many people know this, but like so I applied for an internship at Flavor, you know, like, and I got second place on the internship, and like that broke me. Like I was like, damn, and like I might have cried a little bit, you know, but I like I look back now and I'm like, like I'm glad I went through all that experience, you know, like in life, like we all know, like you can go through ups and downs, but like it's all meant to happen. Like it's create who you are today, and like if you're going through like a really bad time right now. Obviously, a lot of people might be going through a bit of bad time right now, in terms of the lockdown, not being able to escape. Like, just remember it's only temporary. Like, it's not gonna last forever. And like, yeah, bro, like big things are gonna happen. Like only like it can only happen with you. Like you are the
No one is you, bro. You're the unique perspective, eh?
exactly.
Well, very awesome, bro. Thanks for the kind words, and yeah, I know. I just believe if I just keep trucking along, yeah, everything's gonna work at some point. And like I'm quite patient with all that stuff anyway. So yeah, I just know like what I have to do to get there, basically. But nah, mean very far. We're supposed to do like a quick call, but it's kind of turned into a podcast.
Yeah.
But like just we'll jump here. No, it's been awesome though, honestly, bro. I'm loving this corridor, bro. But
Yeah.
I think at the moment right now, Jacinda and the government and that announcing um what they're gonna do in terms of us going down to level 3 at the moment. And even though there are like still like a lot of restrictions, there'll be around level 3 though. But like in isolation, bro, what have you been doing to like stay positive?
Bro, eating, bro. I've been eating a lot of food. Yeah, I was telling my missus before. I was like to her, I was like, because we obviously have to go to we go to the grocery store and stuff like that. I said, I call it like our date day, you know, because it's the only time we can escape the house.
Bro, yeah.
Yeah, you know, and like, bro, like, there's so much temptation in terms of food and everything like that. But, what else? I guess just trying to, I listen to podcasts and YouTube videos and stuff like that.
I know you love to work out as well.
Oh, I try and motivate myself to work out. Like it's hard. Like I like training with a group of people instead of myself or with the missus, But yeah, I guess working out is another escape for me. I've been a bit lazy the last week or so in terms of lockdown. Yeah, I don't know. Like it's hard because obviously we got like a gym downstairs and stuff, but I like being in the gym environment and stuff like that, and also like working out with my mates and stuff like that too. So
yeah, I'm the same too. Like working out for me is a bit dormant at the moment, but it's all good. I'll pick it up when I do. But like it's like quite a weird time since being on lockdown, bro. But what do you think this time has kind of taught you?
I guess the big one is being patient. Like obviously being locked up in your house and stuff and not being able to escape, but I guess just being patient. What else has it done for me? Oh, today, bro, we just learned something like a I guess I wouldn't say it's kind of like a meditation tool. Like when you're stressing out and stuff, but it's like something to do with like what do you call it, like 5 things to do in the present. Like so you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So well, it's like 5 things you can see, like where you are. The next one is 4 things that you can touch, 3 things that you can hear, 2 things that you can smell, and what's 1 thing that you can taste. And like, I only just learned this today. Like, my partner's brother told us today, and we all done it together. And I was like, once we finished like what we had said and what we could see and hear and whatnot, like it really brought me back to the present. And like, I guess that's something I'm probably gonna start using as well. I've never like done any meditation or anything like that.
For like most of us, bro, yeah, patience is a big one. But also like I said before, like self isolation has taught me like gratitude, but I think it's more like reinforced that being grateful for what you have is like probably one of the most things that everyone should probably know or understand.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, like that's something I even forgot to mention too. Being grateful, like being grateful for spending time with the people around you that you're present with. Obviously having a roof over your head as well. Being able to eat, having food, just like looking for little things to be grateful for. Because I know a lot of people that are in lockdown are probably on their own, and that's pretty sad. Like that'll be a tough time, to I guess to see out this whole time during lockdown to be by yourself. So
I remember because I love to game, bro. That's one of my other passions. But when we went into lockdown, I think it was maybe the 3rd day in, bro. I jumped online, jamming a bit of Warzone, bro, and just linked up in squads with this fellow, bro. And it's like like just asking like how you doing in that, bro, and he was like, "Fuck, did you lose your job as well?" And
Yeah.
then when I heard that, bro, I was like holy shit, like these people out there doing it tough at the moment as well.
I mean, I don't really know that many people that are having a really hard time. But anyone out there listening, like I mentioned before, it's only temporary. Like it's not gonna be a forever lasting, I guess, feeling or whatnot. But yeah, like it is tough times right now. Obviously I guess if you do own your own business and stuff, like it's gonna be tough, but you know, we're gonna get through it. Like we're all gonna get through it. So
That's one of the messages that I wanted to include within this content and stuff like that. Is like yeah, first of all, uplift people's spirits at home, and yeah, let everyone know that we're all in this together.
yeah, I mean, like if anyone wants to send me a message in terms of, it doesn't have to be about video stuff. Like it can be anything. It doesn't have to be too personal, too deep. Like I might not have all the answers, but like hopefully I can, like, even for yourself too, like, because even just to put a smile on their face, at the end of the day, like I think that's the most important thing too, is to help one another out. We don't have to be in the same industries, or we don't have to be in the same like community or whatnot, but I think just trying to put a smile on someone's face, especially if they are going through a hard time, is to I guess be kind, be humble, and I guess try and share something that's inspirational for them, and they might have a message for you too, you never know that. So
I'm 100% with you on that one as well. But like yeah, we're still unsure what's happening with the world or with the lockdown at least. But look into the future, bro. Whether it's with mahi or family, bro. Like, how are you gonna navigate life from now on?
um from now on, after the lockdown, is that what you mean? Or
So what I'm basically just like, there's got to be some people that are quite conscious about germs. I talked to one of the bro. He's a barber.
yeah.
And like there's like a thought there, like people might not want to go get their haircuts because it's too much contact and it's where all the germs are out in the public and that. So like in that kind of way, like basically for me, for myself, I think I'm just gonna be a bit more mindful of how I interact with everyone else now.
Oh, I guess you definitely, I'll take that into account as well. Like, being mindful in terms of obviously the virus. Even when I go to the supermarket, like I wear gloves, when I'm picking off food from the shelves and stuff. Yeah, I guess obviously when the lockdown reduces in terms of the levels and it goes down to level 3, then level 2, then it'll still be in my mind, but I won't be as cautious. But I guess in terms of my job, like I guess there's certain, like obviously now there'll be I guess safety procedures now. Like just before the lockdown we had a shoot to do and we were supposed to wear masks and stuff. Because there's going to be a lot of like, older people around and stuff like that. So that was one of the safety precautions that we had to take. But then this lockdown happened, and obviously that video project ended up getting cancelled. So
That's what I mean, bro. Like I think like small businesses or business owners like yourself, you just maybe set up more precautions as to how you do your mahina. I talked to some of my cousins yesterday, bro, and she's a makeup and lash artist, so that's like something that's on her mind, and her business is in her house. So I think what a lot of us have been thinking, bro, is like for myself at least, I I'm not really scared of this virus, but the thing I'm kind of worried about is my actions can have implications on my family, and that's like the last thing that I want to happen. Is to
oh
like
yeah,
spread it to somewhere, because I wanted to go to Macca's or something like that.
yeah. I totally agree with you. Like I guess being a lot younger in terms of, like obviously the younger generation with this, like I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but obviously there's a potential of us being able to handle it, compared to the older generation. Like I don't want to catch it and then be in contact with, someone like in their 70s, 80s or 90s or whatever, and obviously something happening to them because of my actions. catching the virus and then spreading it too. So that's one thing to be mindful of as well.
Yeah, and I think my look on that, bro, like what you're just talking about, like it doesn't matter if you're old or young, it's a freaking virus, you
Oh yeah,
can get it.
yeah. I obviously don't want to catch it. Like, yeah. I guess that's the worst case scenario is catching it and then spreading it.
Man, oh well, very far. Shot for jumping on with me, and taking me on that journey with you, bro. I just want to say, like, yeah, thanks for jumping on with me, and I'm just like real proud. Like, I'm still watching you, bro. Still watching you grow. I hit you up now and then for some tips and whatnot. And yeah, nah. Before we go, bro, do you have any final words for anyone that might be watching? And yeah, I'll leave it to you, bro.
I guess these two words I can say. One of them is to learn, and one of them is to be patient. So learn every day in terms of like whatever specific job. If you want to start a business, like whether it's in clothing or video or whatever it is, learn your craft, and then obviously be patient because it's not going to happen straight away. It takes time. Like you've been doing this for, I don't know, how many years have you been doing it for now?
Like properly, bro. Like putting in the mahima, probably like nearly 2 years now. Yeah, I've had my gear a little bit longer, but like properly, like probably 2.
Yeah, and so like it's not gonna happen straight away. Like I was in the same boat. I've been doing it for a couple of years, and then obviously my opportunity came and I grabbed it. But like, just be patient and just to learn. Guess I could put something else in there too. I guess another one would be consistency. Like you might be putting in all the work, but you might not be seeing you might not see the results straight away. But then the minute you start putting in the work and you start slacking off, there could have been that potential of you breaking through, and then obviously an opportunity could have popped up around the corner for you. Just keep slaving away. That's all I can say, and just like I said, just keep putting in the work, because you never know, anything can happen. Like obviously I've gone through like a few experiences in terms of my life, and like it wouldn't have made the person I am today.
Oh, if it makes you feel better, bro, I think I got all those actions in the works at the moment, bro. I'm still chipping it away at it, and I'm not gonna stop anytime soon. That's for sure.
Like you're a prime example, of someone doing a full-time job, but also doing your side hustle too, like putting in so much effort into that. Like your opportunity is like, it's gonna happen, and like I believe in you, like your work, the quality of your work's improving. I can see your hustle and like all the content that you're putting out there, even with this video and all the other eps that you're doing in terms of like checking in, like it's gonna happen. But yeah, like like obviously I'm probably not grinding as hard as you, like like I see you putting in the work and stuff. I'll be honest, like I've kind of slacked off a little bit.
Bro, we all do. We need a break now and then,
Yeah, I guess when you do it full time, like as a job and stuff, like obviously through this lockdown, I put the foot on the pedal. I mean, like I've taken the foot off the pedal and started putting on the brakes just to give my mind clarity, because it can be like it can be mentally draining, staring at a computer all day. And like sometimes like I think of it as a job instead of a hobby, and that's when you kind of need to take a break away from it. But like obviously since this lockdown, like I'm hungry now, like to go back to work and start putting in some more hours and stuff like that. Obviously I do have some projects to keep me going, during lockdown time, but yeah, it's just making me more hungrier now. And obviously looking at your content and others as well, like that inspires me. I find that motivating and inspiring as well. So yeah, and like I said, like how you look up to me, bro, I look up to you as well. Like yeah, when you said that to me, bro, I was like, oh, like that's
nah, likewise, bro. Well, very fast. once again, bro, thanks for giving me your time, bro. I'm just feeling a lot of gratitude right now, and I'm real happy that I got to talk to you. I've only met the bro once, and it was at HP Boys last year in Hamilton, and we were having a good time, and yeah, it was just good to catch up with you then, and like catching up with you now, and like just talk about video and stuff, bro. It's nice.
Oh, definitely. I remember meeting you for the first time in person at HP Boys, bro. I was pretty lit. I'll tell you that right now. I was pretty lit. But bro, on it, like meeting you in the like I mentioned this to you before, but you know, I was talking to the bro and I said to him, you know, you're exactly the same person, what you are on camera as you are off it too. So
And like people who do content, bro, they always say that's like one of the biggest compliments anyone tells them as well.
yeah, no, that's what you are, bro. Like you're exactly the same person. Like yeah, like I find you not only inspiring, but like as a mate as well. You know what I mean? Like someone that you could sit down to and just not just talk about video content, bro. You talk about anything, you know. Just have a yarn.
Oh, I don't know how many times I'm gonna thank you, but I'm gonna cut our video here because we're gonna go all day. But bro, once again, very thankful for jumping on. It was good talking to you again, and hopefully, bro, I'll see you around.
Oh, for sure, bro. We definitely have to connect at some stage, like, you know, and do like some type of mini project together and work on something, you know, and post it out to the social media world.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, bro, for sure.
All right, bro. Well, yeah, I'll see you around, bro, and then yeah, thanks for jumping on. I'll see you next time.
Too much, my bro.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, brother.
Turn this up.